What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one. And I just watched a movie called Exorcist Believer, starring Leslie Odom Jr., Lydia Jewett, and Ann Dowd. Finally, thank you. A roster with normal names. I appreciate that so much. It's a beautiful thing. All right. First of all, whatever happened to Mila Jovovich? Okay, yes, she came out with something in 2020, 2021, whatever. But for obvious reasons, I didn't watch that. I'm tired of people trying to copy Jurassic Park. Dinosaurs are a thing of the past. Literally. We're done with dinosaurs. We don't care about that anymore. Stop thinking it's going to work. Please. I'm getting off the subject, man. Mila Jovovich, it just seems like she can't do anything unless it's action or being weird. I've never seen her do any kind of drama of any nature, okay? If she's not beating someone up or doing some strange, uncomfortable crap, then it's just not Mila Jovovich. Sad to say. It's in 1993, Dazed and Confused came out. Now, I've only seen this movie 2 times total. And I can only remember Matthew McConaughey's role in here. That's the only one that pops out to me strongly. I don't remember her name. All right, that should tell you something, right? That's see how that works. See how that works. She's just not built for anything else except this and that. I'm sorry. Then in 1997, The Fifth Element came out. Now, this is the film that kind of brought her to the forefront. This is where everybody started to recognize just who she was. And just as I said a while back, that the film didn't age that well. It didn't. But guess who still stood out? Yes, Mila Jovovich still stood out. And there's an alien blue chick with things coming off her head like Star Wars. I wonder where she got that from. And she still stood out. It's in her. It's just a superpower that she has. She possesses. Okay? Then in 1998, He's Got Game came out. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell movie is that? That's a Spike Lee joint starring Denzel Washington. And she was in it as a hooker. Denzel got out of prison. He needed some loving. And she just happened to be available at the time. Hold on. Now, this is neither her beating someone up or being strange. So, she might have one right here. She has a drama. She has an actual drama that she was good in right here. Even though it was for a short amount of time, she did herself some justice with this one. Okay, so I can't count this one against her. All right, honestly, if you haven't seen this movie, please watch it. It's quite interesting. It is quite interesting. Trust me. Then in 2002, Resident Evil came out, and everything after that for the franchise. All right, this got the ball rolling on the action side of things. This really showed that she just looks cool walking in a room and beating up everybody in it. Okay? She makes it look cool somehow. Even if she can't do that in real life. It's just something about Mila Jovovich that when she starts fighting, it works. It works. And she did it within this franchise countless times. Okay? Then in that same year, Dummy came out. You're probably asking, what the hell is this too? It's a comedy starring another person we all know, all right, as a ventriloquist. And he just was an awkward person. And she's supposed to be his girlfriend or his friend that he had a crush on or something like that. But this movie was a good movie. This was a good, funny comedy. You know why? Because she was weird as hell. She was weird. They were both weird. That's why they had each other as friends. Nobody else wanted to hang with these people. Okay? So that really worked again. That's her other power. She only has two superpowers. Weird and action. You'll keep seeing this. You'll keep seeing this. Because in 2006, Ultraviolet came out. More action. More action for you. This was so much like another movie that we all know, where vampires are fighting, and beating each other up. It's just like that, except there's no vampires. But I have to say this, that film still stood out on its own in a certain way that only she can make possible. So I have to give it points for that. Other than that, it was good because we love seeing her fight. We just love seeing her hurt someone constantly. And so, yes, if you want to see that, watch Ultraviolet. Please do. You'll love it. And last but not least, in 2019, Hellboy came out, unfortunately. Yes, this was the worst Hellboy in history of film. I don't know why Mila Jovovich agreed to this crap, this monstrosity. All right, it didn't make any sense. She played a witch in it. They could have got anyone to play that role. It wouldn't have mattered. It still would have been a bad movie. It's just so much horrible things going on in this film. It just put it to rest. Now they're supposed to be making another Hellboy movie. Let's see what they do this time. Because unfortunately, Mila Jovovich got caught up in this last piece of doo-doo. All right? It's complete doo-doo. Unfortunately. And now my question is, will we ever see anything great from her again? When will she make more greatness? We need her now more than ever. We need something weird. We need something action. We don't care what it is. Please. Only you know. Only you can save us. Not really, but somebody please save us soon. Let's get to that review. Exorcist, Believer. For those that don't know, for those that aren't aware, honestly, unless you are a really big Exorcist fan, you probably don't care. All right? And I'm really just talking about the people my age and older. All right? Those are the people who probably the only ones that care. Because since then, so many other Exorcist-like movies have came out. And yes, they'll never hold a candle to the original, but these young people don't care. They see it, they watch it, they love it. They keep watching it, obviously, because they keep making movies like that. But they'll never be as good as the original Exorcist. All right? So, if you have seen this and you care, you get points. I'm giving you points. I'm actually going to start giving you points now. All right? Please. Support some good stuff. Positives. The girls in this movie were possessed. And it really gave me chills. It really is. It's because now it's two girls. It's two girls instead of one. Like always, it's two girls sharing the same demon. And these girls made it so believable, even with the makeup off and the eyebrows and the exaggerated foreheads and all. And really, honestly, and I'm not trying to point anything out or make this a race thing, but the little white girl and the Caucasian girl, it reminded me of the old school Reagan from the first one. It reminded me of that. It just, I'm sorry if it looks similar, but every time she came on, it was a little creepier to me. It was a little bit scarier than the black girl. And I'm not saying that the black girl did a bad job. She did a great job. She actually did a wonderful job. But it just reminded me more of the original with the other girl, right? Nonetheless, they both did a knockout job as possessed girls. Okay, it was creepy. They were banging on the windows, giving each other these kind of stares, creepy ass stares throughout the movie. All right, hiding under the bed, hissing. It's the works. Everything you want when you're trying to be scared in a possession movie like this, an Exorcist movie like this film here. Okay, so I appreciated all of that. All right, another positive. Victor's acting was phenomenal. Victor is the dad of the black girl. Okay, Victor probably was the most passionate person in this film. All right, and I call him the main character. I pretty much call him the main character because they focus on him a lot from the beginning all the way to the end, and it felt like he was one of the characters that had mainly most of the common sense. Okay, who had some kind of structure to his character. Okay, that you actually felt bad for him. Those other parents, no. Horrible. No, they were just horrible people. What the hell? They didn't even know what the hell their daughter was. Of course, he didn't know what his daughter was doing too, but I just felt like he cared a little bit more about his daughter than they did. All right. And it showed. It showed. All right. So this actor, Leslie Odom Jr., got to see him in more films because he did a knockout job as the father, Mr. Victor there. Okay. I loved the acting, top tier acting. We need more like this. Hollywood is suffering. Come on. Another positive. Heavy religious tones all throughout the movie, and it really worked for the film. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a very religious person for the most part. I'm learning to be more over the years. I'm trying to be. All right. But I'm not overall. So going into this movie and seeing how much they focus on religion and where does everybody stand with their beliefs in God and their faith, it makes sense. Because they're fighting a demon. They're fighting a double demon. They're getting 2 for 1 this time. They got a 2 for 1 deal. Okay, of possession at this time. And so they had like 3 to 4 different kind of priests all fighting these demons. And I think in the original one, it was just like what, one or two reverends or priests or whatever. And this one is like a whole team. There's a whole team of priests just to fight this demon out of 2 girls. It's crazy, but it makes so much sense. And everybody's put to the test. Their faith is put to the test. Can you believe? You know, the two parents of the other girl, they're very religious parents. They go to church all the time. They're what some would call holy rollers. But yes, they're that. And it's so interesting because outside of that, they're really not great people, especially the dad. Then the black dad is kind of questioning his faith. It's being questioned. He's questioning whether he should believe anymore. And so it's very interesting that all this is brought up, and they focus so hard on that because it's a great focal point of the film. So I appreciated that as well. All right. Last positive. The ending stood its ground. All right. I can't get into detail too hard or I'm going to give something away. But it proved that you don't always have to do what you think is going to happen in a movie. All right. A movie is not always going to end the way you think. It's always going to be so predictable. And because I thought something was going to happen towards the end of this, because there was definitely some choices to be made. Let's just put it like that. There were some choices to be made, and when it came time to make that choice, you think it's going to go this way, but it goes the other way so quick. And I'm like, yes, you made it. They made it. A choice was made, and they stuck with it. There was no, oh, surprise, it didn't happen. No. There was nothing like that, because that would have been such a cop out. If it had all meant nothing at the end, it would have been a cop out. So something had to suffer. Something had to be sacrificed and taken away. That's all I'm going to say. All right, that's not saying too much, because you don't know what the hell I'm talking about still. Okay. Negatives. The beginning events didn't make any sense at all. Okay. It was all such a blur at the beginning, besides the first thing that happened, because it was a flashback to Victor's character and his wife, and before she had passed, and so on and so on, and it explains what happened and why and what happened to her and and so on and so on. And I can't explain too much. I don't want to give too much away besides what I've already said. But after that scene, immediately after that, it tries to catch you up on what's going on now and so on and all this, and it's just not interesting. It makes you beg, please, let's just get to the demon part. Where are the demons? Where are the demons? We need the demons now. We don't care about any of this is going on. All right, you please just kind of get through this, kind of scurry through this already. Hurry through this. We don't care about that. You're stalling. You're stalling for time. I think you're stalling for time, and you just want to waste it until you had enough time to get to that part. Don't do that, please. Get it rolling. Get it rolling already. Get it rolling, please. That was a very bad thing they had going on there with that. Another negative. There was a strong lack of body count. All right. And I want my horror movies with heavy kills. I need heavy kills in my horror. This only had an amount of, I'd say, 2 kills. Maybe 1 kill. Maybe 1. Of somebody who actually died in this film. And so they definitely could have just amped this up. They could have amped up the craziness in this movie. This could have been a lot more on the edge than what it was. You have 2 girls possessed. The original one was just 1 girl, and she was doing a whole lot more crazy stuff than these 2 girls. Stuff I can't even mention on YouTube. Now, I'm not saying copy the exact same thing she did on that movie. All right. But you didn't even get close to what she was doing. All right. Even though I did enjoy the 2 girls' performances as being possessed girls, but it still didn't hold a candle. I'm not trying to compare, but I'm just stating the obvious here. It did not hold a candle to the events that took place on part 1. Okay. You can go your own way and still shock us and still do something outrageous stuff that's like, oh, I can't believe they went there. But they had the opportunity to do it, and they did not do it. And it starts with your kill counts. Okay, you have to have a high kill count in a horror movie. It's just part of life. I'm sorry. Another negative. Continuous conflict between the 2 parents. Okay, yeah, the two set of parents on one side, the mom and dad, and you have Victor, who is a single dad, on the other side. They argued throughout the entire movie. They had this whole beef throughout the entire film that was just unnecessary. I didn't care about it. It added nothing to the film at all. That argument should have been over the first time they met. Because I understand they were angry about their kids missing. They didn't know where they were. So of course, emotions are gonna fly, but you might bite each other's head off for no reason because you're angry. But after you settle that and that's calmed down and you just got to get focused on finding your kids, why are you still arguing? Why are you still mad at each other? I don't understand. You both blaming each other. You both were negligent parents at the time. Okay? Some more than others, but yeah. So why argue throughout the entire movie? It was not interesting. It wasn't provoking. It didn't draw me into, ooh, they're gonna argue again. No. Stop, please. Stop that. It's not whatever you think it's doing, it's not doing. Okay? You need to work together, find your girls, get those demons out of them, in the movie. Okay? Don't put the unnecessary roadblocks in between and the chitter chatter and the bickering and all that. It's not needed. Okay? Last negative. Characters in this movie didn't follow rules, or they had a hard time following the rules. There was one specific rule in this movie. When the possession was going down, most definitely. Do not touch the girls. When we're taking the demons out of them, do not touch the girls. How hard is this? I don't care if you were not in the room when they said this. Hint, hint. That's all I'm saying on that. When you in that room, when you enter the room late, even if you got in there late, why would you touch them? Also, knowing what I know, and I'm not gonna say about the character who did touch them, it makes it even stupider. It's dumber because they know better. They should know better. They should know better. And then somebody else wanted to touch another, one of the daughters, whatever. Got too close and they had to be reminded over and over. Don't. No, man. Why would you? Can you not hear? I don't care. You wouldn't even have to tell me that I shouldn't touch these kids. I'm not touching them. I'm not touching them. Hell, I might leave the room a couple of times. I might be so far away. I'm going to be against the wall probably with the cross in my hand. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Because I don't want none of that. I'm going to be there, but I don't want none of that other stuff, okay? I've seen too many movies to be walking up and saying, "Ooh, maybe I should touch." No, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was done more than once, too. Somebody, just that one person in particular, really suffered the consequences. I'm not going to say too much on that one. But that's why I have to give this an I cool. Yes, an I cool. This was an okay movie. It had a message. It was deep. I got it. All right. But the only issue is I needed more gore. I needed a crazier film than this. Press that like button, share, and you better subscribe.